Lastly, let's just talk about I think the brewing economic crisis. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we're in one now, but I
Right.
still feel like there's sort of this state of shock, right? Where like, unemployment insurance, there's been extra unemployment insurance that's out there. There is there's some hiring back of folks, but I feel like the wave is sort of still cresting off the coast, as it were,
Yeah.
and it has yet to hit the shore. What's
Yeah.
your sense of this? I mean, do you get the sense that people like I've been reading a lot about the backed commercial real estate
Yeah.
market, but particularly the commercially backed mortgages
Mm-hmm.
and the CMBSs, and they are securities. There is some major problems there.
Right.
Like they don't even have, like, I think like the Fed could step up and say, we're going to backstop these, and they still wouldn't be able to deal with it because they just don't have the infrastructure to deal with
Right.
it, what I understand.
Yeah.
And then you've got unemployment running out shortly.
Right.
You've got evictions.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the
moratoriums are about to end.
Yep.
Things are about to get really, really ugly, I think, in terms of the economic hardship that people are going to feel.
And a lot of this stuff, eviction moratoriums and unemployment, was designed to be in place while people waited for the virus to go away. And the virus didn't go away because we didn't do any of the stuff you were supposed to do to make it go away. So I don't know. It does, like, I've been thinking, I've only seen a little bit about the commercial real estate market, which seems terrifying. But I've been waiting for the sort of eviction apocalypse, because I do think that it's going to be really bad. And this with the unemployment, like, again, all these things were supposed to be temporary, but so that we have a lot of, I think we can't even really know what the job numbers are, in the sense that there were a lot of people who were furloughed or at least let go with the understanding they'd be brought back later, so just put on unemployment for a while. But I think that there's still uncertainty about whether those jobs will exist, like, and whether people will get to go back to them anytime soon. So I don't know. It seems really hard to like measure the state of things, because right now everything is like completely in flux and unknowable and like almost unmeasurable.
Do you give me your sense? I mean, have you seen any reporting on this eviction thing? Like, I mean, like in my mind, and I know that I don't think like a landlord in this way, but my mind, I'm thinking like, who do I think I'm going to get to move in if I kick this person out?
Yeah. I mean, I've only seen anecdotal reporting, like mainly from people on Twitter in other cities. But so no, I haven't seen much like actual reporting on this, but I know, again, anecdotally here in New York, I know people who negotiated with their landlord, got their rent cut a little bit. People, agreed to give people a break. But I don't know. I do feel like it's just going to be, there are so many more people are renting now than before the last financial crisis. That I do think like it's gonna like be. And this actually, I think one thing politicians don't actually understand is that America became much more of a country of renters, like following 2008, 2009, and I just don't feel like a lot was done to help them. So we'll see, but it could be a very wide-reaching crisis like that starts happening soon.
All right, so give me a sense. Day before vacation for me, anyways. What do you think the rest of the summer? Give me one top line. The rest of the summer.
It's so weird being in New York right now. It's been weird all spring, summer, because you feel completely disconnected from the rest of the country. We're here. It's like we got things under control. Like we got to delay restaurants a little bit longer, but people are going to the beach. I think there's going to be a lot of sort of bad economic things that won't get dealt with, and we'll get austerity budgets and stuff, and that's going to happen everywhere. But it's hard here to be like, well, here's what's going to happen in the whole rest of the country, because like Florida, like who knows? I don't know what Florida and Texas are going to look like if they have curves that end up looking as awful as the one here did, or if like they're going to be able to do some like masking and distancing to get some measure of control. So I don't know.
My fear about the Northeast, broadly speaking, is and I think obviously there's I think a problem across the North to some extent, but the Northeast is probably is the densest area in the country, and also is subject to colder temperatures.
Yeah.
What are we going to do in October?
Yeah.
And in November?
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to imagine that, so I was just reading about Massachusetts's contact tracing. I think maybe it was Ben Wallace Wells in the New Yorker. And it's like, it seemed like Massachusetts might have the best contact tracing program in the country right now. And it seems like, we have the lessons of the countries that tackled this successfully so far. We have the lessons of like a country like Vietnam, where they were incredibly aggressive about not only putting people in quarantine, but providing space for people to quarantine while they were isolating. And it seems like we know what works. And if I had any faith in our political leadership, I would say, well, come October, if cases have been low for a long time and there's a small breakout again, we will know best practices for containing it. So I don't know. That comes down to how competently I think a government will act and how much they will be able to, create in terms of public health infrastructure over starting now through the fall.
So in other words, we're screwed.
Yeah, we're scred. Yeah, we're absolutely screwed.
Good. I mean, I feel like we could have just started the interview that way and
exactly.
sort of wrapped it up. But a good way to book bookend that talk. Alex Perrine, we're screwed. When are your big pieces coming out? Do we know?
Probably look for something medium-sized next week, and then maybe the week after that.
Have you been leaning on our catchphrase?
I'm losing it, bro.
Oh yes, that one gets a lot of play here at home. Yeah,
yeah, that's the John Benjamin catchphrase. We've now merch that says "I'm losing it, bro," with Majority Report logo. Folks can get that at the Majority Report Radio, shop.majorityreportradio.com shop. All the proceeds go to the Skid Row Trust in L.A. that deals with unhoused folks. So I'm obligated to play it to everybody we have on the program. Alex Perrine, staff writer at the New Republic, host of The Politics of Everything. Thanks so much for joining us. Talk to you soon.
Of course. Always a pleasure.
All right, folks.